Makeup that works with wrinkles. Hi, I'm Laura Ray, and I want to share with you some products I've tried that I think work amazing with wrinkles. Now, I have fine lines and wrinkles also. I'm 59. Most women my age or older have them, and I try out hundreds of products to see which ones work best on mature skin. So I have some to share with you, some suggestions to make, some tips that I've learned along the way from trying all of these products. Dry lips, lip lines can really age the entire face. People look at our mouths a lot as we're talking, and smooth lips really look very youthful. I like to put something on my lips while I'm doing my makeup, and this Milani Keep It Full is amazing. It really smooths the lips, makes them look so juicy and plump. So I put a little bit of this on while I'm doing the rest of my makeup. There are many sticks on the market for hydrating the under eyes. I've talked about several of them over the past year. One I like is this Snail Essential. It's the Wrinkle Solution Stick. It's very moisturizing. You can carry it in your purse, and I just go up under the eyes and sort of just press in. So if I'm having any dryness, I reach for these sticks because they seem to last longer than moisturizer. I do use an eye cream, and that's really helpful. I can't imagine being without my eye cream anymore. For years, I never used eye cream, but I've seen what a difference it has made for me. Especially the Sukoyaka Suhada. I've talked about that a lot. That really has made a difference in my under eyes. If I feel extra dry in the under eye area, I reach for my Wrinkle Stick. I wanted to try this out today on camera. I've never used it before, but Paula's Choice makes so many amazing products. I've really grown to trust just about anything she comes out with. And I saw this and I thought it was perfect. It comes in a travel size. I ordered it in the travel size to see if it would work. I'm loving this. This looks beautiful on my skin. It's a zinc-based SPF. It's called Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense, and it has a broad spectrum SPF of 30. This spreads beautifully. I love the neutral color of this. I really didn't feel I needed any foundation after I put this on. I am so curious about how this would work on someone with a deeper skin tone. My oldest daughter is a little darker than I am. I'm going to try it out on her and see how it looks. But this looked beautiful. I like how neutral it is. A lot like my trusted Alana Mitchell that I talk about so much. This is beautiful. I'm going to order a full size now because I see this really looks great on my skin, and I feel like I don't even need foundation. I am obsessed, and I rarely say that. Those of you that watch all the time know I don't use that word obsessed, but I really love the e.l.f. liquid primer. They're poreless. I never thought I would even like it. I was not a big fan of their other primer. I've told you that in the e.l.f. video I did. If you like e.l.f. products and you haven't seen my video, I recently did a whole video dedicated to just e.l.f. It's not sponsored. It's all on my own things I purchased and I would recommend for mature skin. But I tried this out and I was shocked because all of e.l.f.'s primers, for the most part, I thought were okay. This, I think, is amazing. I like to pat it into my fine lines. It really does seem to blur the pores and fine lines. So I'm happy I found something that's so affordable that works. Anyone that has wrinkles and has used foundation, I'm sure knows the thinner the product is, the more natural it looks on the skin, the more that you're not getting the puddling into the lines, and your skin will just look a lot better. So I feel that the right tools for applying and also the right formula, once you find that, you're all set. This is beautiful. It reminds me so much of the MAC Face and Body. That was my holy grail for a long time because it's so thin. It didn't get into any of my wrinkles. I could layer it up, meaning apply more of it if I had some discoloration. We all have changes in our skin on a daily basis. Sometimes I might have a little bug bite, a breakout, a little redness, just from things in the environment. So I like a thin foundation that on a good skin day, I don't have to apply very much. And on a not so good skin day, I can layer it. And you can do that with this. Now, I bought the shade Light Medium 02. There's also another number for light medium, I believe. But this is just awesome, and it works great for my skin with wrinkles. Today, I'm not going to put on any eyeshadow primer, but I want to recommend one to you if you have wrinkles and lines on the lid, meaning the mobile lid, even above here. The e.l.f. primer, I've talked about how this was not a favorite of mine for so long. I thought it was terrible. And I don't know if they changed the formula or my lids just change, but I think it's amazing. It's not going to cover discoloration if you have that. It's a very sheer formula, but it's very silky on the eyes. And it just works great if you have fine lines. You're not going to get puddling of any kind of product on the lids. Now, another one I would recommend for a primer is my Serum. Many of you have purchased it and written back and said, oh, it's so amazing because it's creamy, yet doesn't get into the lines and will cover discoloration. I also like to use it in other areas of my face too, but this is just great if you have wrinkles. Let's talk about eyeshadow. I have an amazing eyeshadow to share with you. It is the Almay Velvet Foil. This has been out a long time. I just never purchased it. Am I having fun? And I think it's the closest to Charlotte Tilbury's shadows, which I love her cream shadows, that I have seen at the drugstore. Now, this isn't moussey like hers, but it gives the look, the finish that you get with hers. I think it's absolutely such a stunning eyeshadow. Now, this shade is Golden Vibes that I'm using in the video. Another favorite is this purple shade, Violet Eyelet. And let me tell you, this is beautiful. I've done some eye looks at home during the week where I've blended the two, like put this on the outer corner and this on the rest of the lid. But if you are looking for your eyes to not look as crepey, to not show wrinkles, I highly suggest going to a cream shadow. It will make all the difference. One I've used for a long time is the Revlon. This is the shade Caramel, number 710. It's a favorite, but if I had to pick between the two, I would go with the Almay. This is awesome. Now you can pat it on your lid, and then I like to blend it out with a brush to get just a very diffused look. But I can't believe how amazing this is. I'm going to order every shade they have, I think, because I'm that impressed with it. Let's talk about under the eyes. Tools are so important when you're working in the under eye area. For most of us, that's where most of our fine lines are, is around the eyes. That's the first place I saw the signs of aging, was in the under eye area. My favorite brush for the under eye is this one from Delium. It's called their Golden Triangle brush. It's so amazing. I just put the product on, press into the skin. You can do a little swiping if you need to for blending, and I blend out the product into the cheekbone area. It is amazing. I love this for around the nose. Any place I just really want to blend easily, this works. Even under the lip, just like that. Beautiful. Such a great brush. Now, another one I want to talk about, because you've asked so many questions, is the Double Dome Delium. This Delium is designed to give a thinner look to the foundation or a more full look. This side of the brush that's taller is designed to give a thinner application to the makeup. The shorter side is for a fuller application. They're coated in different ways. This one has a shiny coat on it, on the bristles, so that it's meant for the product to not absorb so much and to come right off. And this has a matte finish, put on the bristles. So it's pretty unique. I love it for blending. It's just fabulous. It does give a very airbrush look. Now, not only do I like to use it for foundation, but I love it for one of my favorite products for just really getting rid of wrinkles, and that's the Milani Poreless Face Defender. Now, what I like to do is, this is a product you don't want to swipe. You're not trying to get a lot out of it. You pat and tap. That's all you do. And you'll think like you're not getting any product on your skin, but then you'll look and everything's matte. I love this in place of powder. Powder can really accentuate fine lines and wrinkles. I love this for around the eye area. If you're trying to make that concealer really stay all day, you can pat this in. It's not going to give you such a wrinkled look that many powders do. So I love the Milani along with my double dome brush. Let's talk about concealer. That's so tricky when you have fine lines and wrinkles. I've had some that just made me look so much older because the product was too thick. My favorite concealer is the Winky Lux. This is such a great formula. It's very emollient, meaning it feels like skincare when you're putting it on. It doesn't get into my fine lines and wrinkles. It lasts all day. I just love it. I've had it for a long time and it looks like I've barely used it. I have it in the shade light beige, and that works really good for my under eyes. If you're looking for an under eye brightener, I'm such a fan of this, the Catrice. It is so beautiful. It works better for me than the Becca, the Smashbox, the brightener that is way too thick for me. This is around $6. Can you believe it? And it works great. Now, I didn't put this on today, but I bought this recently. This is the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright. It's a vitamin CC stick. I think it works great. If you're looking for something yellow, you can just put this like this in the under eye. Just do this right now. And then I would get that Delium brush and just blend out. Now this has vitamin C in it. That's why they call it the vitamin CC brightener. But if you're not a fan of the pink and you prefer one that's yellow, now this costs quite a bit more than the Catrice, but I feel like it's a really great product. Let's talk about blush. If you have wrinkles in this area, I would say go with a liquid blush. It's not going to show on the skin and it's not going to get into those wrinkles. My favorite of all time is the Daniel Sandler. I've talked about this for a couple of years. It's their watercolor liquid cheek color, and it really is the texture of water. The shade I'm wearing today is Angel, and it's just so beautiful. It's very soft looking. It has a little bit of luminosity to it, but Daniel Sandler has so many gorgeous shades. It's a little on the pricey side, but you use a drop. And I'm telling you, this would look great even if you wanted to put a powder blush on and put this on top. It doesn't move. When I wear Daniel Sandler blush, it will last all day and has just such a soft, diffused look. I love it, and I think it's worth every penny. The closest that I've found to Daniel Sandler is this Juicy and Pang blusher. I've shown this before. This is another watercolor type blush. It is so cute because it's got this little nail polish kind of applicator. And you just go like this on the skin, and then you can just take your finger and tap it out. And it has that same watery feel that the Daniel Sandler does, and this is more affordable. So if you're looking for a product like this and you're wanting something a little more budget friendly, I think this is a winner. For bronzer, I feel like the Huda, the Glowish, is just amazing. The powder is so fine. It's finely milled. It's one of these that you can build up on your skin. You can go in sort of soft, a lot like the Hourglass. This is the closest I've seen to Hourglass out of all the powders that I've tried. This is around the price of Hourglass, but I think it's beautiful on the skin. I love a lot of Huda's products, and I wanted to become more familiar with them this year, so I purchased several. This is one of my favorite out of the ones I purchased. I love her blushes too. They have the same kind of formula where it's a real mix of shades, so it looks really natural on the skin. A lot of women my age and older really don't like these heavy highlighters on the skin, but we might feel a little dull some days. I know some days I feel dull when I look at my skin. So I wanted to try this from Tula, their Rose Glow. Get it? I didn't want to like this because it is a pricier product, but I haven't been able to find anything except one from Physicians Formula that was very similar, but this has more luminosity to it. I really love it. This is skincare and highlighter sort of all in one. You can use it under the eyes. So say I wanted a little brightness in the outer eye here, I could just put this on. Again, this is something you could just carry in your purse and tap onto the skin. It's not going to make your wrinkles look worse. If anything, they're going to look so much better because they're going to be hydrated. I love to put this right on the cheekbone. So as far as highlighter, I'm not really a fan of these really strong powder highlighters. So even though this is pricier, it's lasted me so long and I feel that it's worth it. Let's talk about lips. Lip liner can help really disguise those little lip lines around the lips. Plus, I know that if I don't wear lip liner, a lot of times lipstick will gravitate into those lines. One of my favorite lip liners is from Lisa J from BK Beauty. This is her Everlast lip liner in Warm Spice. Now, before she sent me some. I had already purchased from her this one. I love these. The shades are beautiful. This Warm Spice goes with so many lipsticks that I have, and the price of her liners is about the same as drugstore. I love how she shaped them, how they're on a slant. It makes it so easy to just go like that right up the lip line. Just easy. I love these. They last often. I will fill my entire lip with them and just put a little gloss on and go. That's another one of my go-to looks. But this shade, Warm Spice, goes with the nude lips that I have with pinks, just about everything I own. So this is a favorite of mine because it helps keep that lipstick out of those fine lines. At the drugstore, I think the most mature, friendly lipstick, that's hard to pick because there are a lot, but I have to go with Revlon. I love their Super Lustrous. They're so creamy on the lips, so beautiful. Today I'm wearing one of my favorites, Peach Me. This is such a gorgeous shade. It's number 628. But I have so many of these Revlon lipsticks and I'm never disappointed. They don't make the lines in my lips stand out. I just think they're so beautiful. I wouldn't want to be without my Stands Out sponge. It's one of my favorite beauty tools because if any makeup gets into my lines, I go back over it with this sponge. I've bought so many of these. I just bought 2 at the Amazon Prime Day. They're amazing. And what's great about this is you only wet it the first couple of times you use it, and then you use it dry. Some of you have asked me that question, so I wanted to make sure and mention that. But I also love it for spraying on setting spray. I don't like the feel of all that spray coming at me, possibly getting into my eyes. It just sort of creeps me out. So I like to take this NYX. This is their matte finish. This is one of the top setting sprays in the US at least. People love it. I love it. It's been great for summer. I don't want more shine in my skin. I'm getting enough just going out to the mailbox. So I spray it on the sponge itself. Then I can go into the areas where I feel I need some strength to hold on to the makeup in the heat. When you layer it like that, you can actually eliminate even using powder. A lot of women that use setting spray do not even use powder. So setting spray is great for wrinkles because you're not going to have tons of layers on your face. It's going to keep your makeup on and it's going to keep it from settling into those fine lines. If you found this video helpful, I would appreciate it if you'd give it a like. And if you're not subscribed, why not? It's free. Just click the subscribe button and I would love to have you here so much. I put out videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 9 a.m. Eastern. And to those of you who have been around so long, I've been on YouTube 9 years in June. Some of you have been here since the beginning. I just want to thank you so much for watching, for supporting my channel. I appreciate you more than you know. You are the sponsors of my channel. So without you, I wouldn't have a channel. Now, all the links for everything I talked about are in the description of the video. If you just hit the more button, everything is listed there. I hope you have a blessed and beautiful week. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon.